Okay, so I have a top and side, and I want to get these so that they're connected together like so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually glue this edge of the bridge to the wax paper. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put a small dot, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to glue it right to the wax paper. Now normally I'm not gluing it to the wax paper, but in this case I actually want this edge glued to the wax paper to use the wax paper as a hinge. Okay, if your bridge is already connected to the wax paper, you might be able to just use the pieces as they are laid out on your wax paper. I'm going to also, I want to see, all right, I want to look to see which side is going to match up the best. This side right here matches up well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. One glue dot on each point. Now yours might be laid out differently. You might have a line on the bottom. If that's the case, go ahead and put a line of glue across the bottom of your bridge. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to get this lined up as well as I can so that these points line up. And I don't mind if there's a little gap in there. In fact, I want a little gap in here so that I can use it as a hinge and when I pull it up. All right, so I'm going to let that sit and glue up for about an hour. All right, so I've given this some time to dry, and I'm going to use this wax paper as a hinge to glue this at a 90-degree angle. So the first thing I want to do is I want to cut some of this wax paper away. So now what I want to do is I want to bring this up and I want to glue this corner. And I also, this student has made a long set of toothpicks that I can place in the corner to secure this. Okay, so what I want to do is start out by adding glue. I'm putting a moderate amount of glue on each corner. Some of your bridges will just have a line there. You can just run a bead of glue along the entire length of it. Now I'm going to set this here right along that corner, and then I'm going to bring this up just like so and put that in the corner. And then once I have this laid out properly, a box or something, and I'm going to set it against the bridge just like that. Now if you have access to some of these paper clips, these binder clips, you can actually use these to clamp your bridge together at various points. So I'm going to put one at each end just to better hold this all together. Now I'm going to give this some time, and after about an hour after this dries, I'm going to make sure, I might add some additional toothpicks in here to shore up any spaces that don't have toothpicks, and I'm going to make sure that this is a nice strong bond along this edge. Okay, so this is a binder clip, and this binder clip is like a little Pac-Man guy that has a lot of strength. And so what we found is we can use these to help connect the two sides. So I'm going to show you a couple examples of this. here we have a student that had two walls. They put a bead of glue in this corner, and then they put some toothpicks into that corner to add that strength. And in the corners, you can see that we used this binder clip. We tore the wax paper, and we put this binder clip to hold that together. And we also put one at this end. So that's one technique that you might be able to utilize. Another example of this is this student's bridge. This is a triangular bridge. So it has only two sides but no top and a bottom. And so what this student did was they glued together the bottom on each side, but then they used the binder clips to connect the top up here, and they ran glue along this edge and then added additional toothpicks to make this even stronger. And then these binder clips, they're what is holding this edge together. Now he might come back and add more strength to this later, but these binder clips, they help keep it together while the glue is drying. Okay, so imagine this is your bridge, and this is the top, this is the front, and we're looking down the end of it, okay? So it's basically just a hollow tunnel going through it. Now, this is not a very strong structural shape because it can go like that on us, okay? And your bridges are not different than that. The corners, unless you have some sort of superstructure gluing them, this will fold in on itself. So what do we do to fix this? Imagine this is the end of your bridge, just like I showed you. One thing you could do is you could put a diagonal or two in here, and that would strengthen it so it wouldn't be able to fold in on itself like this. All right, because there would be a structure in here that would prevent it from doing that. Another option is to place toothpicks on a 45-degree angle inside of here, and that would also strengthen these corners to prevent it from collapsing on itself as well. All right, have fun finishing your bridges.